It's official. We have some breaking news. Roki Sasaki, the superstar phenom out of Japan, is officially coming to Major League Baseball, but we have to talk about when exactly he could sign, or there's a term called posting. If he posts in the next few weeks, he's going to go to the Dodgers. If he waits until after January 15th, maybe he goes to a different team. We have a lot to talk about. We also have updates on Zach Neto. If you're an Angels fan, I am sending you a virtual hug before we even talk about that. And also, Ronald Acuna Jr., he's not going to be ready for opening day. So the reports are that the Braves are trying to lure Teoscar Hernandez. That could happen as well. Also, don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy. But without further ado, let's talk about the reason why you all clicked on this video. 23-year-old Japanese phenom Roki Sasaki is officially coming to Major League Baseball, but it's not as easy and cut and dry as it sounds because there's a lot of different things that you have to keep in mind, like the posting date and also how much a team has allocated for both 2024 international funds or 2025 if the posting gets delayed. Because Roki turned 23 years old a few days ago, he's under 25, obviously, quick maths, but because he's under 25 years old, the way that the new CBA works is that if you're under 25 years old and you come on over as an international prospect, you are still subject to international signing rules and limitations, so he's going to have to take the same route as Ohtani as opposed to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Ohtani, we know that he came to the Angels at 22 years old, so again, just like Roki, because he was under 25, he only, I put this in air quotes because it's still a lot of money to people like you and I, but to a superstar like Ohtani, $2.3 million is being lowballed, but he was willing to accept a minor league contract, having to go through arbitration, which by the way, he set an arbitration record before Juan Soto beat it the next year. Ohtani, he knew that he was going to make so much money both off the field and eventually on the field that he was willing to get lowballed and just come to Major League Baseball. The biggest difference between those two guys and Yamamoto, he was 25 when he was posted and came to Major League Baseball and signed with the Dodgers. He was able to sign as a free agent, not an international prospect. Now, here's the kicker. He has not officially been posted by his NBP team. It's been confirmed that he will come to Major League Baseball, but the thing about it is you have 45 days to sign, right? So as soon as the Marines, the team that he plays with in the NPB, as soon as they post him, Major League teams will have 45 days to sign, but it would be dumb of the Marines to actually post him before mid-December because if you do that, you are now relying on 2024 international funds. So a lot of teams have already spent that budget. Teams like the Padres, they're in the negatives for international funds. The Dodgers right now, they lead the pack in 2024 leftover international funds, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for the Marines to post them right now because why would you get a 20% posting fee on $2.5 million when if you wait until mid-December to post them, 45 days can pass and the January 15th start of 2025 international funds will kickstart and you can get 20% of almost $8 million. So essentially, Roki has been confirmed already mid-November that he is coming to Major League Baseball. And yes, Major League Baseball teams do have 45 days to sign him once he's posted. So the news broke that he's coming to Major League Baseball, but his team has not officially posted him yet because of that 20% posting fee. The team that actually lets him come to Major League Baseball will get a cut of his future contract. And if they do that before mid-December, they're only getting 20% of a couple $1 million. And if you wait until January 15th, again, the 2025 international funds reset and the Dodgers, they go from having the most left over for 2024 and being the team with the biggest advantage to actually being tied with the Giants for the least amount of international funds allocated for 2025. So a team that really thought about this beforehand, the Diamondbacks. So let me kind of put it in perspective. The Dodgers right now have the most money left over for 2024 international funds at about $2.5 million. In 2025, they have $5.1 million allocated again. That is the lowest in Major League Baseball with the Giants. And for context, the Diamondbacks, they only have $500,000 for 2024, but a whopping $6.9 million in 2025. So again, I know I might be talking in circles, but I want to make sure that you're understanding of what's going on. Yes, the news broke that Roki is coming to Major League Baseball, and a lot of people are under the impression that he's already been posted. That is not the case. The Marines want to get the most bang for their buck, so they're going to delay his posting, at least in my opinion. This has not been confirmed. I am just saying this is my opinion. They are going to delay Roki's postponing, and after they do that, they'll go ahead and rely on the January 15th, 2025 start of the 2025 international funds to make sure that they can get as much as they can in a posting fee for Roki. Hopefully that made sense. Now, let's say I'm wrong and Roki is actually posted in the next few days and he doesn't have the chance to get that 2025 international money. That means that the Dodgers still have the upper hand because they are leading the pack with leftover 2024 international funds. They are praying and crossing their fingers that he does not have a delayed posting. Regardless, I know that they have the least amount for 2025. They're still the Dodgers. They're going to be in the running whether they have the most or the least money. They have a Ohtani, they have a Yamamoto, kind of role models for Roki Sasaki, but don't count out the Padres, don't count out the Mariners or the Jays, teams that have Japanese superstars on their squads or have signed Japanese superstars when they came on over. The Rangers also did the same thing with you back in the day, but you's on the Padres now, and the Padres do like international guys. The Padres are the opposite of the Dodgers. They have no chance to sign Roki right now because they're actually in the negatives for international pool money. I don't even know exactly how that works. It has to do with draft picks and stuff like that, and also verbal agreements. But the Padres, they can cancel verbal agreements and they could trade for international funds and free up 2024 money. That could happen as well if he gets posted earlier. But then again, teams like the Rays, the Mariners, the Reds, all of the teams that you're looking at have the most money allocated for 2025 international funds. So if your head is completely spinning and I've thrown way too much information at you, let me summarize it in a couple seconds. So because Ohtani and Roki were under 25 when they got posted, they had to take a minor league contract and go through arbitration. Yamamoto was a free agent because he posted at 25 years old. He could get a mega deal. The posting date is something to be aware of because Major League Baseball teams have 45 days to sign a guy once he's posted. So if he's posted before mid-December, it will not reach January 15th, 2025, where teams switch to 2025 international funds, not using 2024, where the Dodgers obviously have the advantage right now. But it's not like they're going to have negative international funds for 2025, even though they are dead last. They still have $5.1 million. Roki, at the end of the day, he's not going to care about how much he gets from a Major League Baseball team because he's going to be making $20-30 million off the field in Japanese sponsorships. Major League money is almost nothing to these guys like Ohtani. Ohtani's getting $2 million a year until he's 38, and that's because of deferred money. So I guess it's time to turn it back to you guys before we talk about Ronald Acuna Jr. and a few other Angels news. Where do you think Roki is going? When do you think that he's going to get posted? And let's say that he goes to the Dodgers. Does that ruin Major League Baseball? Do you feel like it's almost as if it's becoming unfair that the Dodgers have so many resources? To me, as a baseball fan, I just kind of have to tip my cap and say they are an A++ franchise and they run their organization better than almost any organization in sports, not just baseball. They have prospects, they have a ton of money because their fans are just as passionate as it comes. The Dodgers, right now, honestly, they're the creme de la creme of Major League Baseball. I hate to say it, Yankees fans, but it's no longer the evil empire. I don't want to take up much more of your time, so I'm going to speed through these last few topics. Zach Neto, Ronald Acuna Jr., and the fact that the Braves might be using Teoscar Hernandez as a stopgap until Ronald is back and healthy, and also Aaron Boone. Let's talk about Aaron Boone real quick. They officially picked up his 2025 option, which is like the worst news in the world if you're a diehard Yankees fan and you're still remembering that Nestor Cortez decision. A lot of Yankees fans are saying he's not a Joe Torre, he's not someone that players fear, so this is a terrible mistake. Speaking of mistakes, a lot of Angels fans are saying it was a mistake not to get Zach Neto into the lab and have surgery on that shoulder as soon as he heard it to end the season. So he injured it diving into second base and rehab did not work. So it's very possible he could potentially miss the first month of the season while he gets that shoulder all fixed. Now, staying with injuries, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Spencer Strider, it's been confirmed that they're probably not going to be ready for opening day, and the Braves, they're trying to pivot to a Teoscar Hernandez to try and replace the early season production missing from Ronald's bat. So let me know in the comments, what do you make of this recap? We had a lot to talk about.